Tropical Storm Melissa could be a huge issue with flooding and really intense winds on Monday, with Jamaica and the southern portion of Haiti already in hurricane and tropical storm watches. On Monday, it is expected to be a major hurricane, a Category 4 hurricane, and this forecast is extremely difficult because the ensembles are all over the place. We have some ensembles going straight into Mexico. We have others going right over into Cuba. It's a mess, and the intensity guidance also proves that as well. We have models at the same time showing that it's going to be absolutely nothing, and some that are saying that it's going to be almost 200 knots of sustained winds. That is an extreme spread of intensity guidance. The mean is probably around Category 3, maybe Category 4. It is a safe call from the NHC to go at a Category 4 at 115 knots. It's just over the threshold that we need for a Category 4. Given that this trend of the intensity guidance has been going up, I wouldn't be surprised to see the mean go up further than what it is right now. But for right now, it's just a very, very large spread. And the reason for that is we have a lot of wind shear and a lot of ocean heat content. We need to have 20 knots or lower of deep layer wind shear for development and sustainment. And Tropical Storm Melissa is right on the cusp of that. It's right at the 20 knot mark. So we're having some unfavorable wind shear to the north and a favorable wind shear to the south. There's also other guidance too that have the shear tendency decreasing over to the southwest where Melissa could possibly go. This is 5 knots, a decrease of 5 knots over the past 24 hours and 10 knots over farther west. And weather moves west to east, so I wouldn't be surprised if this 10 knot decrease moves a little bit further west as well. The ocean heat content, which think of it like Cape for severe weather, that's exactly what ocean heat content is for hurricanes. The stronger OHC you have, the more intensification you can have with a hurricane, but you need to have all the right ingredients mixed up. The ocean heat content is just one of them, kind of like how Cape is with severe weather in the United States. But when you have OHC that over 150, like that is ridiculously high, and the 20 degrees Celsius isotherm is also extremely deep too. It's 250. It's greater than 250 meters deep below sea level, and the 26-degree isotherm is a little bit shallower, but it's still fairly deep, around 135, 140 meters deep. Again, extremely, extremely high OHC, really deep, warm water. It's not a good look for what could be. The saving factor of this, though, is that wind shear. We're having colliding forces right now, and that is causing it's like a battle between which one's going to win. Are we going to have a stronger hurricane because of the sea temp, or is it going to weaken because of the wind shear? And the NHC is hedging its bets on a stronger hurricane, given the intensity guidance being up towards Category 3, low end Category 4, and that trend is on the rise. I want to emphasize that it is on the rise. But here's what's really, really catching my eye. The rainfall forecast offshore of Haiti is 20 to 30 inches of rain. That is a ridiculous amount. That's like biblical amounts right there. That's insane. If this storm was a little bit further to the north, imagine what could be. Like this is insane, and I feel like this really encompasses how weird of a hurricane season we've had this year, given the fact that we were expecting to have an above normal season, which if you think about it, we kind of have, because all the hurricanes that we've had, if I remember correctly, they have been all major hurricanes. It it's definitely a weird season for sure. But let's take a look at the satellite imagery here. We got the circulation that is just slightly exposed. Let me pull up the visible. Yeah, so if you see right here, it's a little difficult to tell, but you got this little swirly right here. That's the center surface circulation. It's just slightly exposed. That's a good thing. The more exposed the circulation is, the less vertically stacked the hurricane or tropical storm is. And for systems like this, they need to be vertically stacked. You need to have the surface circulation, the closed circulation at the surface, stacking all the way up to the upper circulation. And fortunately, we don't have that right now. The bad news is, though, this was the pattern it had last night, and it's starting to have it again. But with this high OHC, it's just a matter of, again, which force wins. Will it be the wind shear that takes over, or will it be the ocean heat content? And so if we look at the current forecast models, we can see just how intense and like how stationary this thing is. We have the Euro model showing just it stays put right to the south of Jamaica. And so Jamaica, like if you are in Jamaica or if you have friends or family or anybody that you know in Jamaica, just check up on them, see if they have their emergency plan in place, because it is going to be catastrophic if this does play out. And I feel like it will. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. It's been consistently like this. I mean, it hasn't been consistent in the placement. Here is the last model run. It's pretty similar. The model run before that, and it's just all in this general area right here in the Caribbean Sea. And that's what's really concerning to me, is the consistency of the placement and intensity. While it's still a pretty large spread with each model run, just the fact that it's in the area with such high ocean heat content is what really concerns me. And so it's just not, it's not good. Here is the deep layer wind shear. I'm going to show you what it currently is based off the models. We have very high shear to the north and very low shear to the south. And so again, those opposing forces, which one's going to take over? And it looks like the lower shear is going to end up taking over, because we have this deepening low. The low starts to strengthen, and it just continues strengthening as it slowly tracks westward. I mean, look at that. It gets, models are having it go down to 923 millibars. That is super freaking deep. And that's going to be going right over Jamaica and into Cuba. The GFS is showing something similar. It's a bit faster in its path. Oh, we got a new model run. Let me go back here. It's somewhat similar in its path. It has that tendency to just remain in place, but it's right over Haiti this time. And then it just goes right into the Atlantic from there. It picks up the wind shear, gains fronts, becomes an extratropical cyclone. But rainfall, that's the big story with this. The high winds and the rainfall. I mean, obviously it's going to be a hurricane. Those are the common factors you're going to have with these storms. But just how stationary it is. I mean, look at that. It's staying in the same spot for hours. The Euro is showing that. The GFS is showing that. When you have both of the global models indicating that, it's a very strong indicator that, well, it's going to be stationary. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's not going to be a pig. Even the Canadian model is showing that same exact thing. It's just a matter of the timing of it all. There's a pretty tight ensemble spread for the European spaghetti model up until about 48 hours from now. And that is the factor into why the NHC's forecast just looks like a giant blob. They have it going extremely slow, picking up a little bit of speed, but it's just all in that one same spot. And so the Euro ensemble showing that. We have the GFS ensemble showing a similar situation. It gets a little more uncertain around the same time, honestly, but it really spreads out a lot more than the Euro ensemble as we go further into the forecast. Yeah, I mean, see, look, we have some members going way out west over towards Central America. We have some ensemble members already having it out in the Atlantic Ocean. It's pretty difficult to forecast for in the direction. The silver lining of this all is if it goes into the Gulf, we're not going to have much of anything really. All of this dry air right here, it'll just tear it apart and it'll get destroyed immediately. And so that's the one silver lining of this all. But it does create its own little environment where it can just feed off of itself, get that positive feedback loop, and then kicks off, gets wrapped up in the dry air, and then just goes right over Nova Scotia, that area. But that's extremely far. That's going out into November 2nd. Let's look at the GFS. What the GFS is having to do. Oh, another thing too. The consistency in the dry air in the Gulf is a good thing. That means that God forbid it goes into the Gulf, it's not going to do much. We have the GFS is showing it's a completely different placement of it all, but it's having that uh, similar scenario where the dry air just gets ingested into circulation as it ejects out into the Atlantic Ocean. If we look at the total rainfall for this storm, no matter where it goes, there's going to be some place that gets an extreme amount of rainfall. Here is the GFS. It goes right over Haiti and the Dominican Republic, over 1,100 millimeters, which that is 43 inches of rain. Like that's like a small child high of rain. We have the Euro model having between 6 and 700, and that is a little less than 43 inches, but is still an extreme amount, 27.5 inches. Like, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but the given the fact that all of these models here are showing this intense amount of rainfall hitting somewhere in the Caribbean, it's not anything to be taken lightly. Just because of the implications of it. Like, we have the AI Euro model having a similar output as the operational Euro model. We have the GFS a little bit further east and definitely a significantly larger amount of rain. We have the AI version of GFS showing a similar output as well. But again, these are all showing a significant rain event happening somewhere in the Caribbean. It's not a matter of if it happens, it's a matter of where. Where is it going to happen? If we have this storm just stay put right over to the southwest of Jamaica, it'll be Jamaica. If it stays put just to the southwest of Haiti, it's going to be Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And then Cuba also, they're also going to get a big amount of rainfall too, no matter where it goes or what happens. Actually, GFS has it showing a significantly less amount, still pretty significant rainfall, but nothing nearly as bad as 43 inches like we're seeing with the GFS. And this is also this is also on Halloween. It's very very far out, but given the consistency of the extreme that each model is showing, it's certainly something to be aware of, prepare for, and know where your evacuation route is. So overall, what I think is going to happen is I believe that this storm is going to sit just to the south of Jamaica and then eventually push off and hit Jamaica and the southeastern portion of Cuba. I ultimately I would like I would like that not to happen. I mean, who would want that to happen? But I feel like that's what's going to happen is we're going to have future major Hurricane Melissa just sit to the south of Jamaica and then shoot off and make landfall on Jamaica. So I will do my best to continue with these updates. Um, Extremely busy with work right now and school as well. So I will keep you updated as I'm able to.